Fine, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Have a nice weekend to you guys. Thanks for the support extended and really appreciated the way you guys are commenting onto my videos and liking my channel, and that gives me more motivation. So today, let me ask you something. Not to your neighbor, not to your family, but to you. But to you, to you, the viewers, I want to ask a question. Let me ask you something. What is your value? What is your value? Have you ever thought about this question? What is your value? I want to ask you guys, what is your value? Not your salary, not your position, not your success. What is your value? What is your value? Viewers, I want to ask you guys, what is your value? Not your salary, not your position, not your success. What is your value? When a child is born, the child has no job, no money, no achievements, yet the child is valued the most. Correct me, friends, if I am wrong. I'm asking a very hard question to you guys, to the viewers who is listening to me today. What is your value? When a child is born, the child has no job, no money, no achievements, yet the child is valued the most. Why? I want to ask why. Because at that moment, value is not based on performance, value is based on existence. Value is not based on performance, value is based on existence. You are loved, not what you do, but for who you are. You know, this is a very hard question, hard hitting question. What is your value? I don't think so. Anybody might have asked you this kind of questions, any motivational speakers and those things. What is your value, my friends? My viewers, what is your value? Now, value starts changing when as you grow. Your value starts shifting in school. You score good marks, suddenly people say, wow, brilliant child. Marks go down, and the same people say, what happened? So tell me, were you valuable or were your marks valuable? Were you valuable or were your marks valuable? Now, enter into the other phase, friendship and social value. From that school life, in that school life, you enter into friendships. If you are funny, you are valued. If you are helpful, you are valued. If you are influential, you are valued. But the day you are silent, the day you are struggling, some people disappear. Some people disappear. So ask yourself, do people value you or what you give? Do people value you or what you give? Now the fourth part of value comes from where job and status. Then comes job. You get a good position, people respect you. People listen to you. People call you sir, madam, but remove the position, remove the title, remove the money. Who are you now? Who are you now? And more importantly, are you still valued? Job and status, I'm telling you. I'll tell you, uh, when you are that young life is getting finish your graduation and those things, you start a job and status. Now that is the life where shift comes, like from job and status, from finishing the education, job and status, now career focused. Then comes job, you get a good position, people respect you, people listen to you, people call you sir and madam, but remove the position, remove the title, remove the money. Who are you now? Are you still valued? Now that is the question which you need to ask yourself. I don't want to answer on to that because the answer is with you guys. So the fifth part which comes is family value. Let's go a little bit deeper. Your children, do they value you for your love or for what you provide? Do they value your children? Do they value you for your love or for what you provide? Your spouse, do they value your presence or your role? Presence and role is totally different, my friends. Do they value your presence or your role? Your parents, do they value your heart or your achievements? Or is it a mix? Or is it a mix of love and expectation? Think, my friends. The sixth part of things which I want to discuss is the big confusion. And this is where confusion begins. We start believing my value is my success, my value is my income, my value is what others think. And slowly we forget one thing: we are valuable even before all this began. Correct me if I'm wrong, my friends. A confusion is there in our mind. And this is where the confusion begins, I'm telling you. We start believing my value is my success. My value is my income. My value is what others think about me. And slowly we forget one thing: we are valuable even before all this began, my friends. The hardest question which now I ask you, the toughest question, and we need to ask the toughest question. If tomorrow you lose your job, you lose your status, you lose your recognition, but you are still happy, still peaceful, still kind, are you still valuable? I can repeat that one once more time. A tough question, very hard question to you guys, to the viewers. Now I ask you a toughest question. It's a very hard question when you think. If tomorrow you lose your job, you lose your status, you lose your recognition, but you are still happy, still peaceful, still kind, are you still valuable? You need to think on that. Even and I can say AI has value. Even an AI has value. It's a powerful angle I am taking, my friends. No other transformational, no other motivational speakers will take you from that place. What is your value? Even AI has value. Let me ask you somewhere different. Okay, toughest questions I ask. Now I want to ask you somewhere different. Even an AI like me is valued. Even an AI like me is valued, but why? Not because I live, not because I feel, but because I am useful. You just think in a different way. Today we are talking about AI technology. Now, even an AI technology has value. Let me ask you something different. It's very clear. Even an AI, artificial intelligence, is valued But why? Not because it lives, not because it feels, but because it is useful. So now think, if a machine is valued for utility and humans also start living only for utility, then tell me, what is the difference between you and a machine? If a machine is valued for utility and humans also start living only for utility, then tell me, what is the difference between you and the machine? The real value defined, you can say, your value is not your salary, your success, your popularity. Your real value is your character, your integrity, your ability to stay kind when life is not kind, your ability to stand when life breaks you, your ability to love without conditions. I can repeat that word. Your value is your character, your integrity, your ability to stay kind when life is not kind, your ability to start when life breaks you, your ability to love with conditions. You know, when you're talking about value, value till death now, and the end of life, nobody will say he had a great salary. People will say he was a good human being. At the end of the life, nobody will say he had a great salary. People will say he was a good human being. Now, that is your final value. He was a good human being. That is your final value, my friends. That is your final value, not your success, not your popularity. Nothing comes in front. The only thing which comes is he was a good human being. So, my final advice to the audience, very important. So, here is my advice: don't build your life on temporary value, build your life on permanent value. Don't build your life on temporary value, build your life on a permanent value. If people value you only when you succeed, then they don't value you, they value your success, my friends. Let us be very frank on that. Let us understand the truth. If people value you only when you succeed, they don't value you, they value your success. If people stay when you fail, they value you. And most importantly, you must value yourself even when the world does not. The most important thing I'm telling you, you must value yourself even when the world does not. So today I will tell you something. Tonight go home and ask yourself, what is my value without my job? Tonight go home and ask yourself first question, that what is my value without my job? What is my value without my money? What is my value without others' approval? If you can answer that honestly, you have understood life, my friends. You have understood the life. Powerful, it's a powerful word. Your value. That's why I asked you, what is your value? Your value is not in what you achieve. Your value is what remains when everything you achieved is taken away. You understand? Your value is your value is in what remains. Your value is in what remains when everything you achieved is taken away. Don't live to be valued by the world. I'm telling you, don't live to be valued by the world. Live to be worthy in your own eyes. Live to be worthy in your own eyes, my friends. You know what defines your value as a human being? Is it your success, money, job, or something deeper? You know, I want to challenge you guys. The way you think about self worth, relationship, and life itself, it is not. I'm telling you, it's not about that. Don't live to be valued by the world. Live to be worthy in your own eyes, and that is the biggest value, I'm telling you. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for watching my videos. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. See you. Take care. So what is your value?